So welcome to the Cal Mentorship Interest Group Let's Connect Spotlight Series. My name is Christine Krieger, and I am the Professional Development Consultant for the Colorado State Library and co-chair of the Mentorship Interest Group, who is bringing this Spotlight Series to you. And I am delighted to introduce Dr. Padma Polapeddi, who is the Assistant Director of Library Experience at Jefferson County Public Library. Padma, thank you for agreeing to chat with me today.
Thank you, Christine. This is so much fun just to have a conversation with you.
Excellent. Excellent. So we're just going to go through some questions. The first question is, do you have a mentor or some other person in your life who inspires you in your career? And if so, how have they influenced you, or what impact do you think this mentoring has had?
Yeah, thank you so much. I think we are a product of everything and everybody around us. So it would be really hard to nail it down. But I have to say that my father was my lifelong mentor until he passed away in 2013. So he's had a huge positive influence on how I am as a leader today because he modeled that out in his leadership role as a marketing manager. And also, he was kind of the go-to person for everybody in our very large extended family in India. And in the community, he would always be the first person who would kind of jump in to do the community related things. So I would say he continues to inspire me, even though he's not here physically, because of the values he's instilled in me. And then I've been also very fortunate to have, a son who cares about, who I am, and a husband who's taught me to push beyond the levels of comfort. Both my son and my husband, they show through what they do to push past discomfort. So that's from my personal front. And on my career front, I've been very fortunate in having caring supervisors who wanted me to tap into my potential. Given a chance, I'm a very happy person. I'd be very happy with every job that I do, but it was always my supervisors who would ask me to tap into my potential. So I've had a lot of caring, mentoring supervisors along the way.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing that. So how and where do you find inspiration in your work, or what is it that motivates you to get up every day and do the job?
It's the community. Because I chose public service, both in India, as soon as I finished my master's in English literature, the kind of path that everyone took was you then become a faculty member of a college because that's a very safe job for a woman in India. So you can have your work-life balance. But I chose to become a special educator because I wanted to help families who had children with special needs. So for me, that draw is to really help the underserved in the community. That's a huge draw for me. And then in Chicago, when I got into my very first library circulation clerk position, it was because of the community that had so many immigrants wanting to establish themselves just like me. So that was a huge draw. And that continues to be my draw every single day. I love serving my community and just connecting people with resources so they can empower themselves.
That's fabulous. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Was there a time ever that you messed up and felt like you failed? And if so, how did you bounce back?
Oh boy, I continue to mess up. So I think for me, the biggest memory around messing up was preparing for my commercial driver's license written
Mm.
exam. So this comes from a person who never drove a single vehicle in India, never drove a single vehicle in the first 10 years of my living in the US, because when we lived in Chicago, I never needed to have my own car. And then I come here to Colorado and then started to learn how to drive a car. And then prepared a lot for my commercial driver's license, yet could not even make 50% of corrected answers because I was just memorizing it. It was all like Greek and Latin, all of those terms. So I did mess up pretty badly there. But that I didn't let that stop me, and I went back and I took my exam and I passed. And I also messed up in one of my job interviews. It was an internal job interview that I had gone for, and I felt super comfortable with the interviewers because I know them from work, um, and went into it with that almost taking for granted that they know my work. And as I was answering those questions, I'm like, what are you doing? You cannot talk like this. I was very aware as I was giving the interview, so I messed up pretty badly at that interview, but that taught me not to take things for granted and how much preparation matters, because I was interviewing for a position. I was not interviewing as Padma. I was interviewing for a position. So they may know Padma, but they may not know why I am interested in the position. So
Mhm.
I messed up pretty badly there too.
Well, I think we all have our list of failures that have happened over the years, so appreciate your
Yeah.
sharing that with us. And so for our last question today, what are some questions that you're asking yourself lately?
I think one of the biggest questions that has come to me over and over again is um, the access to information and what are the barriers. Because I have seen in my own life journey that it's sometimes the barriers to access to anything that really is the cause for a lot of things. And I think, especially coming off the heels of a pandemic, we are still in it, that access barrier has come out more strongly. Um, and now, when I think about India at this point of time during our interview, where there's such tragic consequences there, it's that access barrier. So that's the question I ask myself. How can we as libraries continue to identify those access barriers, which is not always physical? It's a lot pertaining to information. And how can we do that? And then the other question that I keep asking myself is, so often we are so focused on what is this need? What is this need? What need can we fulfill? But it's just that human to human connection. And I ask myself that in my personal life as well as in my professional life, to see what is it that we can do about that human to human connection. Because I think that human to human connection is what really helped us get through last year, because we knew that we could reach out to somebody and our community knew that they could reach out to us at the library. So I think that's the other question I'm asking myself. You know, what is it about connections? What is that human to human connection? What can that look like? Asking that both in my personal and professional life.
Well, thank you. And I really want to thank you again, Padma, for taking some time to share a little bit of your wisdom as a Colorado Library leader with us. And hopefully people will look back and join us for another mentorship interest group spotlight series in the future.
Thank you so much for creating this opportunity. And yes, I want to empower everybody. There's that leadership trait in you. Tap into it. Push past that discomfort.
Well, thank you so much, Padma.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.